Alright, so welcome back to my third class, that is for Jira, third class for Jira. And let's try to open that. So here what we'll be discussing is how to create test cases. So I guess this will be a little lengthy class probably, but we'll see how we can figure it out. But so far we know how to create a project, we know how to create a user story, we did that. Guess what, we just created a user story which was not really that useful, because we cannot create bugs for that. That was next generation user story, something like that. So that was from Jira. So but here let's assume in this case we already have this project ready. So let's see here that we worked on Udemy project, and that didn't went good, to be honest, but we successfully created user story. So that's how you create a user story. But right here, this is a project which I created long back, I don't know, maybe in 2016. So this is more of a waterfall methodology. Let's try to do this. Okay, let's see here. There are a lot of things here. I can close all this, but I don't want to, because a lot of people are working here, so we don't want to mess it up. So you know what, I'll change the status to progress. Oh no, wait, yeah, this one. Okay, so let's assume that our project is in progress, and I just change it in progress. Okay, now let's go back. No, nothing to go back here actually. So this is my project. Okay, this is I'm working on this project, and you can see the URL actually. This is the URL. I can remove this and see what happens. Let's see what happens. Yeah, this is the correct process to go into the project. It still shows up the issues page. So we still have this issues. So these are the issues, but we are inside a project. You understand? I hope you guys are understanding, right? We are inside the project. If you don't know what you are doing, let's go back to home. Let's go to from start. So this is my dashboard. So whenever I log in into this is what I will be ending, here. So this is my dashboard. But if you want to know the project, go to this projects folder. You see this folder, and you see a lot of projects here. Not all of them visible based on your access level. If you don't have access, you cannot even see the project, so don't bother. But here I know which project we are working on. IATTFF. So that's a code word for this project. Okay, great. So I hope we know how to navigate inside the project. All right. So here, once we understand, see here we don't know how to navigate to this, right? That was a completely different thing. That was a different thing actually what we did in the first class to create user story. Or we can do that same thing. Guess what? We will be doing that right now. Since here you can select this project here, right here. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I mention this? We have to always click. There's always one icon. There's always one icon. Even if you want to create a bug, even if you want to create a user story, even if you want to create a epic, or your feature request, whatever you're doing, there's one option always. Because for here, as a tutorial point of view, I have given admin access too, so you can create whatever you want, but not necessarily you can create everything. If you are so far in that class, in the previous class we created as a business user, product owner, but here we will be trying to create a test I'm sorry, trying to create a bug as a tester point of view. So developer, so I'm not going to the developer also has its own test cases. For example, unit test cases. It's similar to, if you understand this testing perspective, it's similar to development, but it's the view, the point of view is different. But so okay, so click on plus icon here. This is located into left side corner. Guess what, we do you want to create a one more feature? You can do that. Let's since you will also have refreshing of your memory, we will just so we know one of the client application that is demo. I'm not getting this one actually. This URL should be good. Okay, GMO Online project. I'm sorry, GMO Online and project is this is a waterfall methodology kind of. So GMO project, all the development. So if you are lucky, you get good BA, you have all this information. If you are not, then all this information will never be shown to you. Okay. So we have some information here. All the development and testing for all the pages for GMO Online should be completed. Okay, great. Do we have screenshots? So sometimes if you have a screenshot, that's good, but not necessary. BA will put the screenshot, but I will do this because it's my project, and I want to be clear, as much clear as possible. So alright, so this is here, and we'll just create a feature. Let's say we are creating a feature. So there's a difference between user story and feature, but feature can be a part of the user story technically, but we'll just don't go in detail more into that, but it gets more convoluted actually. So alright, once you do that, go ahead and create, put an attachment. I'll just upload a file. Where is my file? GMO, right? Created. Oh, I missed that feature. Oh yeah. And I'll just click on insert the file, and it did insert something. This thing is not sure what this do, but okay, priority, you can set the so okay, we didn't discuss about this priority, we'll discuss it. But this is a feature, so this is supposed to be done by the business analyst, so we'll talk about this. Highest priority, high, low, lowest priority. In this case, we'll just put as medium. So the question is, what is this all about? So priority, we know priority, right? How fast the project should move on. Sometimes the project will be slow, so a business product owner will be using as low priority or lowest priority, and if it is high, then they'll go with the high priority. In this case, we'll just go to this medium. And label, just put a GMO, original estimate. Okay, good. Here what I'll put is 10. 10 means I'm assuming like as 10 hours, not as 10 weeks or something like that. Or maybe you can put H, yeah, put it, but we'll just put as 10. Okay. This is up to the business analyst how they want to it. So remaining estimate is 10. And due date, of course, when is the due date? Let's say 1 month project. Let's take out as 1 month project, and due date is 27th March 2019. Alright, and linked, we don't bother. This is a feature and it's not related with any other functionality or feature, so we will not bother about this linked issues. But if it is linked, it has to be linked with that. I will assign to myself at this point of time, but it has to be assigned to particular person and the person who is responsible for that. All right, and normally developer, yeah, or any other business analyst. If see, product owner also has boss, right? Product owner boss can create user story for product owner, right? So probably there might be a scenario where product owner boss has created a user story for product owner. So in that case, the signee will be product owner, but not all the case. Signee will be architect, developer, or something like that. Okay, it based on completely on project how they are moving on. So let's see how does it goes. So we want to remember this name and number. IATT. Oh, it's gone. I wanted to see that one, because see here you don't see, we have just created it but we don't see. I wanted to get that information, but before that it's gone. Okay, nevertheless, create this, you can click on refresh button located into here. If you see here, see this, or you can use this refresh. No, I don't recommend that refresh. That browser refresh takes more time because it loads everything. Here if you see 1 out of 21, now it's supposed to show 1 out of 22. Great. But alright, I got my user story. How do I know this is a user story? You see this green color with plus icon, this icon here actually shows as this is a feature request or user story. There's a difference, but at this time it might be it will be a confusion for you, but take it both as similar for at this point of time. But we just created a feature here, and this is the attachment. What's the attachment? If developer wants to see it or tester wants to see it. Oh great, this is the attachment. Okay, great. I'll close this, and of course this data should be always in progress. All right. And who created it and who does and estimate time 10 minutes. What 10 minutes? Should be 10 hours. 1 day, 2 hours. Of course, because we last for 8 hours, right? This 9 to 5. We work for 9 to 5. So that's the reason why estimate time is 1. It's not bad. All right. This thing automatically took it as the estimation time. Alright, so this is how we can create an user story. We did this in the previous, but this is a different way because we didn't see this plus icon and all those things. The reason, because that is a new one which with Jira is going to implement this, but this is a traditional method, and even if they change this, if you understand the concept, if you understand this, and of course you will be having this access to this, so there is no way you can lose the track. Even if my video goes old, it's a 10 years old video, who's going to listen? Of course nobody is going to listen, but the point is, if you have access, they might have changed completely different. They might have come to agile, fast agile, or faster agile, or something new they have invented. But the user functionality of opening these issues will be similar. Not same, it will be similar. All right. Okay, so we have created this. Now what we're gonna do here is now. Here in this class we will be working as a tester. Let's say in the previous class we worked as a product owner or business analyst. Here let's say developer. Even developer has its own test cases. We will not go deep into that. The reason being first thing is, of course I'm not a developer, but I've seen the developer test cases too, so it's similar. It's not similar, but the unit test cases, they do mostly on the code perspective, the way the code is organized. We do on the the user point of view. Developer develops an application as a business point of view, and tests an application as a user point of view, right? So there's a difference. Okay, even developer do the testing. So all right, so now I want to create a task here. Let's create a task. So I go ahead and click at here. I'm sorry, maybe I was fast here again. Go ahead and click every time only this one button. You are inside this project, so no big deal. Whatever you are trying to do, you are doing inside this project. So all this is all there here. Okay, now click on this again, the create option. Here what we are trying to create is task. Great. So what I'm trying to do here is test cases for GMO Online. Alright, so this is not really an appropriate way to create test cases, really. But we don't have an option in Jira. You can use this plugin. No, there's not a plugin here. Okay, now what I'll do here is write steps. Okay, we'll just write steps here. Do you have any mention here? Horizontal ruler, something like that? Okay, doesn't have. Okay, no mind. So we have table. Could make use of this, but I don't care. You know what? I'll just use this. Let's say let's use this as a different browser. Actually, let's open this browser. And now I'm writing test cases for this an application called GMO, Green Mountain Outpost, whatever the application. I don't know, I don't care, I don't know, but my job is to test, right? Let's say your job is to test an application. You want to write in test cases. So here, how are you going to write it here? So you know what, there is two things. You want to execute your test cases, right? So what you want to do is what is expected and what is actual result. Expected and actual. So what it should show and what is actually showing up. That's the point. So with step one, just write it as step one. So here what I will do here is we want to cover all the test cases scenarios. Make sure all the test cases scenarios are covered. I guess this will take a little long time. Tomorrow we'll discuss about opening defects. That will be short, but here we'll just cover all these important things actually. So now test cases. What we will be doing here is testing past. Sorry. First thing is coming up with scenarios. Positive scenario, and second thing is negative scenario. Third thing is boundary values. So boundary values. It doesn't, it actually range. Whenever there is a range, you have these boundary values and cosmetic issues. All right, great. So you want to make sure all these test case. Now this is as a tester point of view. QA tester, QA quality assurance. Now there is UAT, user acceptance testing. We'll not talk about this at this point of time. Again, there is regression testing. Those guys also create their own test cases. UAT guys also create their own test cases. Developers also create their unit testing. We are not bothered about all those. If you know one, all things are similar. I'm not saying, I won't say same. The process is similar. Okay. Step one. Let's see as a whole. So we know what. Step one, what I'll say is enter the URL GMO Online. You know what? GMO Online URL. This is what I'll just put it into brackets. So this is not appropriate way to write here, but somehow we'll manage here. in the Chrome browser, let's say now, okay, we'll just add here. We will test for Internet Explorer, that's called Microsoft Edge, or oops, sorry, Microsoft Edge, and test for Google Chrome. We'll just put as Chrome. Test for Firefox. Okay. Test for Opera. I don't know. I don't care. This list keeps going on. So, but here what we are doing for Chrome. Okay, because all these test cases will be different for different. All right. Chrome. Let's go for enter GMO online URL. Oops. Okay, in the Chrome. Okay, what happens next? Actual result and expected result, right? So what's the page should navigate, or you should direct it to home page of GMO Online. All right. What's the home page of GMO Online? We know this is home page of GMO Online. Okay. So this is what it should happen. Step 1. What is step 1? Enter GMO Online URL in the Chrome browser. Sorry about that. Okay. What should happen is, page should navigate to home page of GMO Online. Okay, great. Let's go to step 2. Let's say I'm clicking this button, enter GMO Online button. So what I'm doing is click on enter GMO, what's that? Yeah, online button. That's a button, and I'm just putting the quotes. What happens is page should navigate to online catalog page. Let's see. Here we go. Online catalog. This is good. Yeah. Okay, that is step 2 for here. This is, we are doing test cases for as a tester. Okay, that's step 2. Let's try more. Let's try to be more descriptive. So far we are writing only for passive scenarios. Remember, we have to work for passive scenario, native scenarios. Just put yes. And boundary values, cosmetic issues. Oh, oops. Not issues, test cases. All right. Step 3. All right. So what I'm trying to do is enter value 10 here. So what I'm trying to do here is enter 10 in the enter 10 in the field of 3% dome tent, in the order quantity, in the field of order quantity actually. So if you see here, right, order quantity, and enter the value, actually value 10 in the field of order quantity for 3% dome tent. Okay, so if nothing happens, we just okay, so we have just put 10 here and click on place an order button, and click on place an order button. Okay, so what happens is, as per the business, the page should be navigated on place order page. Okay, so we'll take it as place order page. So page should be navigated to place order page. I put in double quotes just to make sure that this is actually the keyword term actually. So alright, and let's go to the next step 4. Let's try to do next step 4. What we are trying to do here is click on, see, so far we are just testing. See, these are the test cases on the high level, but you have to test everything here. Okay, not since I'm not telling, so you have to go to the QA classes of my other, but I'm not going in detail what to test. What I'm trying to see here is how to use this tool actually. So that's the whole concept. If you want how to do testing, there's another class, quality assurance class that's in Udemy. You can follow that, but here we are just trying to see how to use it. Okay, so we have to test a lot of things. So, but this test cases is the high level document. We are not going in detail with this. Okay, step 4, if check everything is good, and then click on proceed with order page. Okay, proceed with order, sorry, button. What it's supposed to have, it should go to billing information page. Okay, so my option is page should be navigated to billing information page. Right, let's write one more last step for your information. And step 5, I'll fill up this pretty quick. I don't have credit card number, so you don't use the real credit card number. We have a lot of American Express credit card. Okay, I got just one. Doesn't matter, whatever it is, it should be, it should match this records in this one. And I'll just put 1219. Okay, and here I check this so that the information is good. Okay, step 5, fill all the information in the billing information page and click on place the order button. Place the order button. Okay, alright. What happens is page should navigate to, let's say where it's supposed to navigate, it should navigate to receipt. This is the receipt, online receipt. So online receipt. So page should navigate to online receipt. I'm sorry, online store receipt on this page. Okay, so this is how you can write your test cases in Jira. Okay, although you can use a third party plugin, third party plugin or something else, but this is one of the way you can, and click create. Alright, so you can see, oh oops, I didn't notice that number. So supposed to notice that number, right? I lost that, but never mind. But what you want to do is, if you see here issue is 5 out of 22, that means there are 22 issues here and this 5 out. You want to click refresh. Until and unless you refresh it, you don't know where it's gone. Oh, this is the test. No, it's not it. Click on refresh, located here. You can see here. I wish I can annihilate, but I'm not sure you have this annihilate option. But okay, click on refresh it, and you see this 23. This got updated to 23. And where is my here you go. Oh yeah, this is my test cases. My ID is IATTFF-41. Okay, so that I remember this. But if you see this, notice this is not a feature. If it's a feature, green color with plus icon, you see this. If it is a task, then there is a blue color with tick mark. Okay, so that's how you want to get notice by what you are trying to do. Right? But we are not done yet. Okay, we are not done yet. Now, test cases. Normally, the test cases, the person who writes the test cases is the one who is responsible for executing the test cases. Right? You have to execute, right, whatever you have written. Okay. These are the sample test cases, just for your understanding. But you want to go with all of this: positive scenarios, negative scenarios, and boundary values. And go ahead and click on in progress. Now, assigning, that's a very good thing. Now, before assigning, you have to get reviewed your test cases from your QA lead. Okay, so QA lead has to approve this. If this doesn't approve, you have to improve your test cases. Okay, so you want to assign your lead. Whoever is your lead, you want to assign it. Or once you get experience, you might do it yourself. And then in progress, you have to change it in review, or the lead will change, however it depends. But most probably you have to change the status to in review. So this status is very important. Okay, it's to do, in progress, done. These are very important things. You want to remember that. To do to, you have to progress to in progress. From in progress, you have to change it to in review. That means this test cases is being reviewed by your QA lead. And once it gets reviewed, your lead will go ahead and say, okay, this is good, go ahead and do this. Similarly, you have to you have to create test cases for Microsoft Edge, Internet Explorer, for various versions, if it exists, Firefox, Opera, what browser you have? Yeah. And next, if I don't know, maybe you want to do mobile testing, so Android, you know what, Android, and maybe you for mobile, you know what, I'll just put it here, mobile also does too many, right? You want to do for Android, so this is a lot of work, right? Android, iOS, I don't know, so on. You have this iPad too, a lot of things. So I just put etc. So this is too much work. So probably if this is all the scenarios they are working, not one guy will be working on this, 2-3 testers, because this will be a lot more issues. You have to probably you can duplicate this issue. Can we do that? In some of these tools you have this duplicate. You can duplicate because I forgot to save, because sometimes the test cases are similar. Just to clone. See here, clone. Now let's say this is I've done for Chrome. I've done for Chrome. You want to clone this. Let's see what it got. Oh, how interesting. Now Now what I'll do is test case of the Gmail Online, and I'll do this for Firefox. I don't care clone spin value, just create this clone. Here you go. I have just created a clone. Oh, this has to do more things there. And you want to review it, but you want to go back to issues and see that issues. I don't know, this thing doesn't work this way. Okay, so let's go to open issue. So we have this open issue. Oh, you can see it here, right here. Okay, so this is just, I have just given you a sample, but you have to do all of this for all of the browsers. So we have done, let's change it to Chrome. Okay, and here we'll change it to oops, sorry, Firefox. Okay, and hit save. So here you can see these clones here. Okay, now I want to clone this again. Go ahead and click on clone, and I'll not use this. What I'll do this time is, this is for Opera, and create. The problem is this, again you have to go back to issues and go back to my open issues. I hope it shows up here. Okay, great. See here, now I have 3 sets of different test cases for Chrome, Firefox, Opera. Alright, okay. No, I'm not worried about this, is not my one. So okay, now you can see here clone is this one. This is automatic and this is not linked, but it's cloned from them. Now I can go ahead and create one more clone here. Okay, this is for mobile testing. Let's say I've done for Opera. Now I want to do it for what? Do for iOS. So you know, iOS for iPhone. Okay, great. Now all of my tasks are now in place. Okay, go back, create into my open issues. So if you see here, my tasks are ready. So what are my tasks? I have to check for Chrome, Firefox, Firefox, Opera, and iOS. The iOS is a handheld device, right? It's a mobile device. It can be iPad, iPhone, anything which is, you know, handheld device. So so the whole point is to work, you know, test cases are working properly or not. Alright, so this is how you can open task in Jira. Okay, so this is, I mean, you can do this way. This is one way of doing, but there are plenty ways of doing. One of the ways, let's see if I have a test cases. You can write a test. Oops, sorry, not this. You can write a test cases in Microsoft Excel. I'll just close it. Okay. Let's see. I have Excel here, and you can either write. So these are the easier test cases. I have an issue with this, so don't worry about it. Okay, so one of the other way you can do it. Okay, is to write your test cases in the Excel, Microsoft Excel, similarly like this, and what you can do, you know, we test data. Let's say you have test data and peer review and all those things. You can do that, but not necessary. this is a tedious work. Actually, this is a tedious work, and this is the most traditional work what I have seen. But the way what I have done, this should be good. But of course, you can copy and paste from some other, you know, because you want to write a lot of test cases for negative scenarios, boundary values. But guess what? You have to write test cases for all this. We didn't do testing technically. This is not for testing class, but this is the point of this is how to use Jira. Actually, that's the whole point. So now, if you want testing class, as I told before, right, you can check it out. Okay, you can check it out by the QA class. Actually, there's QA class, but this is how to use a Jira. Okay, so once you can add comment too. I don't know why there's an option for a comment, but what happens is, let's say sometimes in some companies, right, your job might be only writing test cases. The other guy's job might be executing the test cases and looking to this web application and execute the test cases what is written here. Okay, so in that case, you want to assign that guy to particular person who is responsible for executing the test cases. Here we have just written test cases. Okay, so execution is a whole other thing altogether. Okay, so we will not go in detail with that. That's not the that's not the part of our classes, or just how to use this Excel. Okay, so what you can do here is you can also add comment here, but I won't do that because this will be available, this will be viewed by your manager, your boss, your lead, QA lead, scrum master, architect, developer, tester, everyone. You don't want to do this unless you have a really very good reason to do that. Otherwise it just gives a negative impression. It's not a Facebook. This guy says made this thing as Facebook. I'm like, am I teaching how to use a Facebook, or am I teaching how to use a Jira? It's like, nevertheless. So here, you can change. You have this options, log time, and all these options. You have this, and you can do this one. So that's now. So before we wrap up this, because there's also options, so we have to create one more. Actually, we just create a task. We just want to see how to create a bug. So that I'll be covering class, next class. Most probably today is already over, so probably will be for me tomorrow. Okay, so here you can. Okay, the point is here you want to see where your test cases. Okay, so you can go ahead and see my open issues. There you can see your issues, actually only your issues, what you have created, and reported by me. So only what you have reported by you can see this, or all the issues. All the issues is tricky because anyone who uses this is like 44. It will be, if you in real time, if you have access to all the issues, then it will be in thousands, because a lot of people might be working on, or maybe not. It's based on project. Small projects, not many people. Big projects, of course, a lot of people. Okay, and that's how you can go ahead and click on open issues and see this, and done issues. Oh yeah, so we didn't go to there, right? We'll just see my, let's see. Let's see this Firefox thing. Okay, so it is in review. Let's say you review it, and your lead approved it, and you're done. Click on done. That means you have completed your test cases, and testing for this is successfully completed. Oh, we'll not worry about it. Oh, and by the way, you can upload that test cases here too. You can upload it. uh, I'll show you that in a moment. But see here, you get it, this gets cancelled. That means it's strike. You see here, it gets strike. Now what happens is I have to refresh it. Once you refresh it, that will be gone. Click here and start. You see this, from 12 to it became 11, and it moves into done issues. If you see here, we just close this because this is done. It's no more related to this project. I mean, it's related to the project, but it's moved into different different folder or different directory altogether. So that's the done issues. You can view recently, or guess what, you can, if you know the exact, let's say IATTFF 42, it's supposed to show up. So you can view it manually, or you can see it. Actually, you know what, you go to the advanced search. You want to go to the advanced search, and yeah, this is better. Let's say there is, you went to your project, and so this is, and I think this is for all the projects, all the projects which are there. No, not really. This project is here. You can change it. Actually, IAF50 is this project key. Oh, these guys have changed everything. Okay. Previously it was all the projects, so the issues were in like around I think hundreds, 200, 300. So it was very hard to now they have made it simple search. So now you can search through project. Now anything related to project, if you are the assignee, or if you are a reporter, or if it is a done, you can check with that respectively. See here, this option which is column, which is located in the right side corner. You can view it here, and you can see here, based on that, you want to see as a reporter, you want to see as a assignee, or whatever it is. And this is DSC. You can change it to ASC, I think. Nah, this doesn't work. I think, yeah. This is kind of writing SQL query actually. Alright, it's kind of writing SQL query in Jira. It's how interesting. Okay, so this query is kind of SQL kind of thing. Project is equal to IAF, but you don't have to learn this, but you can view it through assignee. Just go ahead and click on assignee, and you get this assignee. Or go ahead and click on columns, who created it and what due dates. Normally date would be helpful, and that's how you can search your issues. Okay, I hope that would make sense. And the recently created issues, you can go ahead and see that what issues were created recently, with the dates, and resolved issues, one resolved issues. Okay, and then updated recently. So this is how you can use this. Just go to my open issues. So that's how you can use it. Okay, so again, see, that's the problem, right? Now what happened is I'm lost. Okay, I'm still in open issue, but I want to go back to my project, right? I can go ahead and click on project and go to this project, and I'm back to my project thing, and I'm back to this my options here. But you don't, if you see here in open issues, you don't see those issues what you have created, the task, because you have already completed. Okay, you will be only looking into the done tasks, right? I'm sorry, done issues. You can see here everything is tried out. So this is what we have done. Okay, so here I promised to show you how to upload the test cases, right? Let's say for Chrome, right? Let's open out this one, and you can edit here as usual. You can edit here like and what you can do here is you can either use URL add attachment. So I can add the attachment. Let's say I have this test cases. Oops, not this again. Wrong Excel sheet, ends up in wrong Excel. Okay, so I have this Excel sheet. Don't worry about it, this is a bug actually, some kind of thing. Okay, so let's say I have this Excel sheet which is the test cases is already written here, so I don't want to bother writing my test cases. So what you can do is you can upload it, but that doesn't upload this way, it will just attachment. You can just put an attachment. Go ahead and click in upload, and test cases. Let's see, here you go. And we know test cases.xlx, insert file, and it's uploading, and you can save. So you don't have to do both. It's just an example that if you are not able to write test cases here, you can write a test cases in Excel and put it as an attachment. That is an option. Okay, that's an option you can put. You don't have to do both. Both is not necessary. Nobody does both unless you want to do it. It's up to you. But yeah, of course, for the screenshots and all those things, you want to do that. But for at this time, at this moment, it's really not required. Oh, we forgot about labels. We want to put labels. I mean, it's not very important, but it's important. If you put the label, it shows the user are working on the project and they're working on it. So that's how it's. So that's pretty much about task. You know what we did is we created a task in this project. In any project, you cannot create task in this project, unfortunately. See here, wait a minute, I can create task in any other project, but for some reason that we have selected as Scrum, right? That is tricky guy. That's actually tricky thing from Jira. They were trying to actually get the new things done, so that's okay. In the next class we will try to create a bug and see. Then we'll go to report section. Did we have this reports? We'll go to this reports and see how does it work and what. And then we'll go to Confluence at the end. So that will be pretty much end of this hour. So that will be hopefully 5 classes. Hopefully that will be 5 classes. This is the 3rd class, right? So 6 classes mostly. So that's pretty much about using this tool. Okay, this is this class was about using how to use a task to open a task basically. So we got familiar with these 2 icons. This green with plus icon means a feature or a user story or something which is created by product owner, and the task is with blue color. The tick mark is actually the task. Okay, so and we'll learn further. This red color with circle dot is the bug. Okay, so we'll learn this next class, basically next class for you and tomorrow for me. It's already 4, so um, so I don't want you to waste my time. It's already 1 hour, I guess. This so yes, we have also options to releases. So we'll not go much into releases section. Pages, yeah, of course, if you have Confluence, you can link that to here and create. We'll talk about this once we get into Confluence thing, but right now it's not really required. Right now we are just trying to figure it out, our issues, and you know how to use this one. Okay, so that's pretty much. If you have any questions, first you can reach out to me. Yeah, that's fine, you can reach out to me. You will be having my email ID. um, you can reach out, any options in this tool, or you can go to question mark help, get help. You have this community documentation. Go ahead and post in forums. They have this forums, right? Atlassian forums. Go ahead and create your username, and you can see how this is working and how not. A lot of things have. Oh, this is okay. So you can do that in the forum too, and see how do you do all this. Lot of questions already here, so you can do that. That will be helpful for you. And you can email me. That's also okay. I'll help you out. If I don't find, I'll find it online and let you know. So that's pretty much okay for opening a task, that is a test cases for a tester. We learn a next feature in the next class, bug. Okay, how to open a bug, and how to report and what things. I'll not go more in detail into it, but I'll give you the basic as far as this tool is required. Okay, so I hope you like this video. Maybe it was not too boring, I guess. It's too much time. I took too much time, right? 1 hour. That's not good. So I'll see you in the next class. I hope you like this video. Thanks for watching.